Recently, after my 80th birthday, 2024, I got to complete probably my last item on my bucket list. I got to fly in a small airplane with my son Nicholas being the pilot. I had never flown in a small plane before. My son became a pilot a few years ago. When he wants to fly, he rents a small plane. He flew up here from Ashland, Worthington Airport to Avon, Indiana, very near Indianapolis, with his friend who is also a pilot. They landed and met me at Hendricks County Airport, a small airport not far from where my wife and I live. He flew up in a Piper Archer and picked me up with plans to fly us to a small private airport at Eagle Creek, not far, where we had plans to land and walk to a nearby restaurant at Rick's Boat Dock and have lunch. Taking off in a small plane and going up in the air was an enjoyable thrill for me. Looking around outside the windows, I could spot a few landmarks, but I couldn't pick out where I lived. There were quite a few, not a lot, but noticeably traffic in this major metropolitan airport, airplane traffic I'm talking about. Didn't take long until we were in sight of the lake and airport we intended to land at. As we approached, we heard other air traffic and saw other small planes. We got in position to land at Eagle Creek behind a small plane at a very safe distance as is required. My son watched the small plane in front of us land. Suddenly, something looked strange. That plane skidded off the runway to the grass on the right side of the runway. Immediately, our son pulled up from our landing pattern and aborted our landing. I heard from the tower that there was a crash landing and that the airport was closed. It was a small airplane. They didn't put their landing gear down. The friend looking out the window did see the pilot get out of the plane safely. Needless to say, we flew back to Hendricks County with no further incident. We also had lunch locally. This was a major thrill for me, and I am so proud and happy to fly with my son.